rewinding to Thursday night matchup at Buell Stadium, the Lincoln High Lynx visiting Millard South. And ever since the Patriots' season opening loss in Arizona, they have been rolling teams, never scoring less than 52 points, and last night wasn't any different. Opening kickoff, Amarion Jackson gonna field it at the 20 and then goes all the way to the other side of the field, and that's where he breaks away down the home sideline. 80 yards later, he's in the end zone. The South boys starting things off with a bang. 16 seconds off the clock, Millard South already up 7-0 in this one. Next Patriots possession, quarterback Jet Tamala gonna air it out, because that's what he does best. Receiver Amir Hill, the grab in the end zone for the 25-yard score, 14-zip Patriots. Later in the first quarter, finally something going the Lynx way. Hill goes for the reach but fumbles the ball. Lynx recover in the end zone for a touchback, however, can't turn that into any points. Still in the first, Hill takes the handoff, goes in for the 17-yard score, and Patriots up 21-zip. Millard South goes on to score 63 points in the first half. Lincoln High chose not to play the second half. The final score from 2 quarters of action, 63-0 Millard.